Please be seated. The court reiterates that ultimately the realization of the right of the Palestinian people to self-determination, including its right to an independent and sovereign state, living side by side in peace with the State of Israel, within secure and recognized borders for both states, as envisaged in resolution of the Security Council and General Assembly, would contribute to regional stability and the security of all states in the Middle East. Israel is under an obligation not to impede the operation of the United Nations entities, other international organizations, and third states, and to cooperate in good faith with the United Nations to ensure respect for the right of the Palestinian people to self-determination. It is not possible to replicate the capacity of the United Nations acting through UNRWA to ensure that the population of the Gaza Strip is adequately provided for. UNRWA cannot be replaced on short notice and without a proper transition plan.
Certainly, based on the historical record, I'm skeptical as to whether or not the Israelis will stop and cease their actions, but that does not mean that this opinion or others like it from the court are not useful. No, not at all. And the reason for that is that Israel will respond, it is hoped, to pressure from third states and from outside. So if enough third states take their own international legal obligations seriously to ensure respect for international humanitarian law, to do nothing to aid or assist Israel in its continued unlawful presence in the occupied Palestinian territory, including aiding and assisting Israel through provision of military components and military supplies and intelligence and so on. If enough third states do that, then enough pressure can be brought to bear on Israel to stop these ravages against the Palestinian people.
Those who were complicit, those who have assisted this crime and allowed it to continue for so long. Those who also assisted in defacing UNRWA and in the campaign against UNRWA should now make a U-turn and uphold their international responsibilities if they still believe in the primacy of international law and its relevance. Whether the UN is allowed or not allowed, whether security considerations are something that should be considered or not. All of these are no more valid for in the eyes of the law, and no more valid even for states to make excuse out of. We knew that they were not valid in the first place, but sometimes it needs a court of law to make these determinations, as the case with genocide. How much reluctance we are still facing from states to make the determination that what's happening in Gaza is a genocide.
Adalet